Well, it has been a while, and there's no good excuse for it, so I'll give you a bad one. It's your fault. Anyway, I can't really go into details of what's been going on in between my last video and this one, but I will say that hopefully things are going to be back to normal pretty soon. And in the meantime, I've been able to play some Forza Horizon 5, so that was at least an enjoyable part of this. And I've been working on a tune for this van, which will let me beat all the unbeatable drivatars in road races and dirt races and most of the cross country as well. There's one that I have to do a different tune on, but that's not so important right now. Having a tune isn't the only part that's necessary though. You also need to know how to drive the thing based on the tune. So I've got this little monitor here which will show what inputs I'm doing on my controller. And that should help if you want to follow along. So without further ado, let's do a couple road races. So here we are at Horizon Mexico Circuit, and as you can see, I've got unbeatable difficulty selected. You can also check the other settings if you want. Now, the first thing you'll probably notice about this tune is that there are a lot of gears in it. The sweet spot is from gear 5 to 8, so you want to jump through the first few gears as fast as you can off the line. Once you're up to speed, you should never downshift below 5th gear unless you wreck. If you haven't played Unbeatable before, the AI is evil. It actively cheats, but it's also incompetently programmed, so once you get ahead, you pretty much are guaranteed victory. You'll notice as I drive through the corners that I'm very light on the brake. I have anti-lock brakes off, and part of the reason is because I rarely use them. Instead, I rely on downshifting to help control my speed, and then will gently squeeze the brake, or if I have to stop more quickly, I'll pump the brakes instead of just mashing them. The throttle is the same, although it's not quite as important, where I'll often squeeze it through a corner instead of just mashing it all the way down. However, a lot of the times you can just keep the pedal floored and you'll be fine. The end result is the smoother you can be on the controls, the better you'll be. Also, if you're going to mess up on a corner, it's far better to enter it too slowly than to exit it too slowly, since you almost always want your exit speed to propel you to the next corner faster. A starting rule of thumb is to slow down before you start to turn, then accelerate once you're past the apex of the corner. As with everything, there are exceptions to that, and of course I don't claim to be the best driver out there, so you may have a better way of doing all this. But since I tuned this based on how I drive, it will probably work best if you drive similar to that style. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just get to the end of this race. As you can see, by this point it's not even close. The reason this tune works is because this fan starts off with the lowest quality possible, D100. You can then install quite a few upgrades without increasing the performance index, and you can even install some upgrades that will negatively impact the PI2, which allows you to install other upgrades that give you more horsepower or less weight. Finally, using the Ford Transit van means that for road, dirt, and cross-country races, although not for street races, you will only race other Ford Transit vans. And even more importantly, you can go up to PI 105 while all the other vans will stay at PI 100. Given how many advantages the AI has in Unbeatable, with its 100% grip and the fact that it gets a boost of horsepower that you don't get, you need every advantage you can get. This tune makes it possible to overcome those adversities. And there we go, the first of many such victories. This tune will let you win all the road races, all the dirt races, although some of them are a lot more difficult, and all but one cross-country race. So let's just turn the corner and go into our next road race to show another complete domination. Oh, incidentally, if you are wondering about the cross-country race that it can't win, that's the urban cross-country circuit. And the reason why this tune can't win that race is because there are too many giant jumps in that one. And this particular tune usually ends up rolling or landing so hard it loses all ability to continue at a good pace. But I've worked on a tune for that race as well, so look for that in the future. But for now, on to the next race. I mean, once this loads, of course. Oh good, we're back, and we have such a long distance to go. Hope you packed a lunch. Alright, everybody out. So this next race is going to be a sprint, so instead of going in circles and ending up where we started, we go halfway across the world and then have to come back if we don't win, and that's always fun. Don't worry though, we will win with this tune. And here, proof that magically the difficulty didn't change while no one was looking. And again, the tactics are roughly the same. Fast up the line, weave in and out, and try to get through the moving obstacles, because you're not really facing other racers, you're facing mobile obstacles that don't know what they're doing. And once you can weave through it, you get in front, and then from the lead, you've got the race won again. So there you go. It takes just a few seconds in these races. There are other races that are a lot more difficult, but this is really all it takes in this one. And there you go, 13% in, and it's basically already over. But we got to get to the end, so I'll meet you at the finish line. And there we go. So just repeat this another, I don't know, like 30 times, and you'll have all the road races, all the cross country except for the one, and all the dirt races done. Yeah, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope it taught you something, and I hope you all have an awesome amount of success. Peace out.